At your own 43, you punt it away. You try and shut them down.
Yeah, I mean, you have your 2 timeouts. Your defense has been playing well.
Looks to me like they still have their offense on the field.
Sure do.
At this yardage, it's not like you're just
so going to play very close to the vest all day long and then get crazy here at the end. I don't know if that's how you want to
take one shot to try and win the game. He threw a good ball on 3rd down. Russell.
He's got him.
Going for it all over. He's got him in wide open. Lewis Murphy, touchdown. Touchdown Raiders. Listen to the crowd.
Well, you want to do that if you've got that kind of a call.
Like we said, the right call all along. No doubt you go for it. Listen to these fans. Raider Nation, at least for tonight, seems to be back with 2:34 to go on what Jamarcus Russell, what Al Davis liked in Jamarcus Russell. He can throw the deep ball, and when that ball was in the air and caught, you saw Antonio Cromartie and Clinton Hart just start pointing at one another, the 2 San Diego defensive backs, like, you were supposed to be there, no, you were supposed to be there. Touchdown Raiders.
57 yards on a 4th and 15. And give credit to Tom Cable. Herman Edwards said it, and Tom Cable just did it. You play to win the game. An amazing turn of events on a 4th and 15. The Raiders go for it and get it all. A 57-yard touchdown pass from Jamarcus Russell to the rookie Lewis Murphy. How'd he get behind the defense?
Here's Cromartie here, and here's Hart here. Hart's playing up too close and lets Murphy go right by him. I'm stunned
the short
at this.
split. A lot of times corners and safeties can get confused when the receiver is not all the way out. You can see Clinton Hart pointing back, hey, Cromartie, that's your guy to the post. But I got to believe the safety at the end of the day is in charge of the post move, even though he was pointing. But that's where that short little set halfway from the wide out outside the numbers, that's inside the numbers, gets that little indecision between corner and safety. Who's in charge of the post? I still believe the safety's got to be in charge of that one.
The Chargers have won 11 straight meetings between these 2 teams. But here are the Raiders with a 3-point lead late. And Darren Sproles had some trouble the last few times catching the ball, and down he goes. Such a weapon he is, but this time, bad field position to start. Todd Watkins down there to make the tackle. It is very loud in this building. Raider Nation jumping for joy, inspiring its defense. 1st and 10, Rivers at his own 11. Underneath, that's Nene, and it's short of a 1st down.
Now let's see, we've got a lot of new offensive linemen because of the injuries, of how much time Phillip Rivers is going to have in the pocket to get the ball down the field. Certainly, still over 2 minutes to go, still have a couple of timeouts. It's not like they need to go deep right now, and they just need a field goal to tie.
They'll get it off before the 2-minute warning. Rivers. Nice throw. Tucks it inside to Vincent Jackson, and so that'll get the 2-minute warning there as they're out near the 30-yard line. Under 2 minutes remaining in Oakland, the Raiders trying to pull off an upset and beat San Diego for the first time in the last 12 meetings. Phillip Rivers with other ideas and a 1st down for the Chargers. Underneath, Sproles looking for the sideline and gets it. Nice game for the Chargers.
What a great alternate weapon for the Chargers. Out of the backfield, he really does have a sense of space. You saw him get that big 3rd and 12 just on a little check down. He has a great sense of linebackers. Watch him as he knows the linebacker's going to break. Now I'm going to beat him to the sidelines. Make a nice move up the field, then to the sidelines.
It is tough, and there's Seymour on the quarterback again, but it is tough for a linebacker to be sticking with Sproles after he catches that ball. And again, we're saying Sproles a lot and not LT.
Rivers turning it on in this 4th quarter after what's been a quiet night for him and the San Diego offense. 1st down. Underneath, nice catch by Nene, and again he's working the sideline. He's got a lot of room, and he takes it well into Raider territory. They are already well within Nate Kading's field goal range.
Boy, a couple of great things there, thrown back across his body, and then the catch that's made, and then look, Chris Chambers downfield making a nice block to spring the receiver even more. Watch the throw. That is going down.
Extremely athletic.
See Chambers come into on the right-hand side. He made that block there to free up Nene, nice job of blocking downfield.
1st and 10. Plenty of time left for the Chargers. And again, already in field goal range. Rivers gets it out. Now, there was a receiver in the area, and he was hit. Raiders are lobbying for a grounding call.
No, I don't think.
The quarterback was hit as he was throwing the ball. There's no intentional grounding. It's an incomplete pass.
That wasn't anyway. There's a receiver back there anyway.
Exactly. So, you know, the Raiders need to be pinning their ears back. That was Trevor Scott that time with the pressure coming from the top of the screen there. Nice underneath move. There was a receiver close enough. It should be pointed out that they are in Nate Kading's range as long as 57. Right now, if they were to line it up, it would be about a 49-yarder, but he would be kicking from the dirt where you look right now.
That's the baseball diamond dirt. 2nd down. Underneath. Sproles. Down near the 20, down near a 1st down.
The way those linebackers are playing the depth, they should do this 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Until they come and make that play, you should just keep calling because they're giving him 10 yards a clip on a check down.
Could not agree more.
You just can't play that way.
Could not
Especially as
agree
the
more.
field gets compresses.
Look at
the drops to the defense.
They're
Past
flying
the
out of
1st
there.
down marker there. Look, both of them more than 10 yards deep. You just got to. That's bad discipline.
Here's a big play on a 3rd and 1. Raiders hold them. The Chargers would have to kick the tying field goal as we're down to 1 minute in regulation. Oh, and they've got the 1st down and more. There's Antonio Gates inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal Chargers as the clock continues to tick.
That is a great play, and that's a play this team can call. The Raiders aren't in a position to call a play like that yet. You see them playing off on Gates. Phillip Rivers sees that, says, we got a quick play right here. Easy 1st down and more.
Chargers use a timeout just inside the 10, so they cannot pick up a 1st down without scoring. Darren Sproles gets about halfway there.
Is anybody else wondering why LaDainian Tomlinson isn't in there? I mean, here's a guy who, remember, they were thought he wasn't even going to be a Charger possibly during this offseason, and now he talks about a 30, the chip on his shoulder, what he wants to accomplish and do. He does have 13 carries
He has to be hurt. There's no rational reason he's not on the field.
20 seconds remaining in regulation.
I think Tom Cable wants a timeout.
I got a sense that he might have wanted some.
He just sprinted out onto the field, jumping in the air like an old lineman ballerina.
I need an official. This might be as high as you're going to see him jump.
Look at this.
Let's see if we can get some. See how high he gets.
Here comes the jumping. Wait, here comes the jumping.
Go.
It's coming. There we go.
So he gets the timeout that he wanted. And so we set the stage for you again. 18 seconds, or they'll put 3 more back on. So 21 seconds on the clock. A field goal ties it. Touchdown puts them ahead.
With a timeout, obviously you can play in the middle of the field here. Not a problem. 21 seconds, plenty.
What do you like here, Steve Young?
Well, with LT on the sideline, changes things a little bit. But there's so many options that the Chargers have. That's why they're expected to go so far.
But they probably can't go underneath the Sproles like they've been.
No,
I mean, now your backers aren't going to be flying out of there as far.
But, Vincent Jackson, little fade stop. That's the easiest thing to do. You protect crossing routes, sit in the hole, easy touchdowns from the tight end from Antonio Gates.
2nd down. Sproles up the middle, touchdown.
Or Sproles.
Up the middle and almost untouched. Darren Sproles gives the Chargers the lead with 18 seconds remaining.
What a great call. They set up in pass formation, so you know the D lineman is just going to pin their ears back and take off up the field. A great time to run a draw like this. And he barely even got touched. D lineman taken off. Notice the trap late. We saw Seymour inside play that trap differently before. This time it's open because they're worried about coming up the field on a pass rush.
Boy, you can hear a pin drop in this building. The energy here just moments ago after the long touchdown for the Raiders was extraordinary, and now the Chargers are taking the air out of the Coliseum. 18 seconds remaining, 9 plays, 89 yards. They do it in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. A Darren Sproles 5-yard touchdown gives San Diego the lead.
Steve, let me go on the other side. Now Oakland is losing. They played a nice game. Moral victory and a loss for them.
Well, the way that Tom Cable talked about it, yes, fundamental football, playing better football, being competitive, This is what they want. They want to get into games in the fourth quarter. Let Jamarcus Russell make a big throw. Let Darren McFadden make a big play. And then we can try to win these football games. But if you play this way, you're going to lose, 24-20. You're going to have those times, more than not. I think Tom Cable will walk away and say, look, we're playing fundamentally better football. Didn't win it, but that's been the problem. As he said, that's been the problem around here for a while, is we're not playing very good football.
One thing about Jamarcus Russell, you could throw a Hail Mary from your own 30 because he can hoist the ball.
There might be some new plays that you might want to get into there.
The kick is short. And that's where Oakland will begin as the clock continues to tick. Short of the 30-yard line.
Look, the Raiders' hopes are getting a lot brighter if they get that kind of defensive effort every week. I mean, that's one of the better defensive efforts I've seen from the Raiders since the Super Bowl.
Completely agree, and it's a defense that has been awful since the Super Bowl year, especially against the run. So looking here, you got 13 seconds, you got a timeout. You got to figure, get the ball to the 45, 50-yard line, use that timeout, unless you get out of bounds, and then it gives you a better shot at a Hail Mary.
You've got to get 25 to 30 yards of it here. Difficult, but Jamarcus, this first throw doesn't need to be deep.
No, it doesn't.
You could get underneath a little bit and get to the 50 and then take your Hail Mary. Well, here's the Hail Mary.
Or they'll Hail Mary now. He sure does have an arm. And that ball is intercepted, and that's going to do it. Picked off on the play by Antoine Cason. And so for Jamarcus Russell and the Raiders and Raider Nation, this night will end in disappointment. And for the Chargers, a sigh of relief as they will emerge with their 12th straight win over the Raiders. And we take another look here. Again, they could have thrown the ball downfield about 20 yards, went for broke, and it comes up wrong.
I tell you, they have to be so disappointed. I mean, the change of training camp of Tom Cable, Steve, as you've been talking about, the first 4 days, no pads, no hitting, just fundamentals. They played good fundamental football tonight, especially defensively. But the question mark, let's say it, the question mark is still Jamarcus Russell. I know he threw the bomb and the big play on a broken coverage. The guy was wide open. He still has an
talent issue. Builds such a big anticipation, and people expect so much from him. And it's going to be a while. He's a very young 23. He's it's going to be some time.
Right.
So this team's going to have to win some games without him. So great job by the Chargers, though, coming back.
They won't win it tonight, and so it is 12 straight wins and counting for the San Diego Chargers against the Oakland Raiders. But this one was not easy. Raiders fight. We were in this building a year ago for their opener. They were blown out by Denver. Tonight, we had ourselves a ball game.